And Ebola concerns are triggering new airport screenings for passengers coming from Africa. Tonight, Hopkins passengers are taking notice. Our George Smith is live with that story. George?
Well, Denise, Hopkins is not one of the U.S. airports where these new screenings will take place, but travelers we spoke with here tonight are aware of the new developments, and they're following the Ebola story closely. Travelers collecting their bags and heading home at Hopkins Airport Wednesday night. Jackie Murakami and her husband just arriving after a journey from Tokyo with stops in Paris and New York before Cleveland. They saw warnings about the Ebola virus in airports overseas.
There are some posters indicating certain areas that are high risk, which include China and also Africa.
Federal officials say they'll start checking passengers from West Africa for fever. That will happen at airports in Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta. George Faulkner says he flies 100,000 miles a year, and he's happy to hear about the screenings.
I fly an awful lot, although not international, but nonetheless, any flight that comes in internationally can touch anybody, that's traveling around the country as well.
Hopkins only has 6 flights from international destinations, all from Mexico and Canada. The Murakamis are not overly concerned about Ebola.
Not very. I guess I've researched it and I've read that it's hard to catch, it's not airborne.
I didn't worry about too much, yeah.
The Centers for Disease Control says 36,000 have been screened in the past 2 months. Nearly 80 were barred, but of those 80, not a single one has since tested positive for Ebola. Live at Hopkins Airport, George Smith, 19 Action News.